All right, guys. So we have some hardcore political news today as Mitch McConnell is claiming victory in regards to a power sharing agreement between the Senate Democrats and the Senate Republicans. Okay. So just to give you guys a little background on how this works, when there's a new Senate that comes in, both sides must agree to a organizing resolution, which is basically a set of rules and committee assignments that are used for the new Congress/Senate moving forward, right? Now, nothing can happen unless this is agreed upon, right? And Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell have been going back and forth in regards to this because Mitch McConnell wants an assurance from the Democrats that they are going to preserve the filibuster rule. Now, the legislative filibuster is basically a mechanism that requires a 60-vote supermajority in order to actually end debate on legislation, right? And then to move forward with voting on the legislation. Now, this is important because as the minority leader, Mitch McConnell wants to preserve the filibuster because it gives Republicans an option to block legislation from Joe Biden and force compromise between the Republicans and the Democrats. Now, I think I've stated this before, but I'll say it again. If there's one thing that you guys should take away from our government, a lot of people get frustrated with it and how slow it moves, but the way it's designed, it is designed to force compromise. Okay, it's designed so that neither party or neither side or neither extreme on any side can just get into Congress and just overrun the minority party. Okay, so with that being said, both sides, depending on who's in charge, kind of want to preserve the filibuster because you just never know when you're going to be in a minority. So Mitch McConnell, who's now in the minority and who's also kind of famous for using the filibuster when the Republicans are in the minority, obviously is trying to save it. And as long as he wasn't getting a commitment from the Democrats to save it, then he was going to basically block the new Senate from basically moving forward with anything because they haven't agreed on an organizing resolution. However, as of last night, this has changed. Okay, so this is from Breitbart. With Democrat path to nuclear option on filibuster closed, Senate leaders proceed on power sharing agreement, which the nuclear option was just the Democrats voting to end the filibuster rule. So Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell announced Monday that a power sharing agreement in the Senate no longer needs to stipulate that the filibuster rule remain intact after two Senate Democrats confirmed that they would not support abolishing it. Quote, "I'm glad that two Senate Democrats confirmed that they will not vote to end the legislative filibuster," McConnell stated. "They agree with President Biden and me on protecting the Senate. With this win, we can move forward with a 50-50 power sharing agreement built on the 2001 precedent." So Mitch McConnell is obviously using Joe Biden's agreement in regards to how he feels about the filibuster in order to bolster his argument that it should, in fact, remain intact. And again, guys, I mean, like I've told you, Mitch McConnell's a smart guy. Hate him or love him, the dude is a strategician. He understands politics. He understands how Washington works, okay? So he released this tweet, which he basically stated the same thing I just told you guys. So just a little bit more about the filibuster rule here. The filibuster, a rule that requires 3/5 vote of the Senate or 60 votes to close debate on major legislation, had become a point of contention as McConnell and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer worked out a plan to organize the upper chamber, which is tied 50-50 between Republicans and Democrats. The last time the Senate was tied in 2001, a similar plan was used to distribute authority among the chamber and its committees. McConnell explained that because two Democrats publicly oppose abolishing the filibuster, which ultimately vanquishes any Democrat hopes of doing away with the rule, and because President Joe Biden continues to oppose getting rid of it, the two leaders could continue developing their agreement. McConnell continued with his statement here. Quote, "The legislative filibuster was a key part of the foundation beneath the Senate's last 50-50 power sharing agreement in 2001, McConnell said. With these assurances, I look forward to moving ahead with a power sharing agreement model on that precedent." Now, before this statement came out, guys, let's take a look at Chuck Schumer's interview with Rachel Maddow, in which he basically tries to threaten McConnell.
Those negotiations are happening alongside the negotiations about the organizing resolution of the Senate. And
well, there's not much we've told McConnell no on the organizing resolution, and that's that. So there's no negotiations on that. We've given him what he should do, which has come to agree to what was done in 2001, which is fair. And if not, as I said, stay tuned.
If not, you have a plan in mind that you are not willing to share.
I am not willing to share. And there
How about if I ask again?
There are ways to deal with it.
There are ways to deal with him.
Basically, what Chuck Schumer is alluding to is that they may try to move forward and abolish the filibuster anyways. Okay, that's what he's alluding to. Now, this would specifically apply to the filibuster on the organizing resolution itself, which, if the Democrats did this, could possibly open the doors for getting rid of it altogether down the road in the future. But until then, the Republicans at least retain some residual control in regards to how the Senate functions, because they still have all their committee assignments and things set up kind of the way it was before the two new Democrat senators from Georgia came in. So that's kind of what the big issue here is. McConnell, right, on Monday, after Senator Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin both signaled that they would not support abolishing the filibuster, McConnell comes out and says, all right, I'm ready to move forward with organizing resolution because I know that you guys aren't going to abolish the filibuster anyways. So I'm ready to move forward. You don't have the votes. I know you don't. I'm ready to move forward. Now, the Democrats are claiming victory on this. Okay. And the liberals are saying that McConnell folded. However, McConnell understands that President Joe Biden does not support it, and the Democrats probably don't have the votes to actually get it done. So with that understanding, McConnell basically decided that, all right, I'm going to move forward. It doesn't matter if I get a promise from Chuck Schumer or not. So one of the Democrats, Kirsten Sinema, said she is against eliminating the filibuster, and she is not open to changing her mind about eliminating the filibuster, a spokesperson for Sinema told the Washington Post. Manchin told reporters Monday on Capitol Hill that he does not support going nuclear, that is, ending the filibuster rule. According to the Hill, I do not support doing away with the filibuster under any condition. It's not who I am, Manchin said. Some in the Democrat Party's more progressive wing have called for changing the filibuster rule, arguing it slows their ability to accomplish their priorities, given the feature allows the minority party to stall legislation indefinitely. Senator Elizabeth Warren has said the filibuster is a rule that has been used to block progress on racial justice. Pulling the race card, man. While former President Barack Obama once called it a Jim Crow relic. Wow. More moderate Democrats like Sinema and Manchin have sought to protect the tool for the minority party. Senator John Tester, another moderate, has noted that the country benefits from the forced bipartisanship on key bills. Schumer, in his new leadership role, has been adamant that Democrats have the final say in how a Senate power sharing agreement should proceed, which includes keeping the nuclear option on the table. Quote, we're glad Senator McConnell threw in the towel and gave up on this ridiculous demand. Schumer spokesman Justin Goodwin said, per Politico, we look forward to organizing the Senate under Democratic control and start getting big, bold changes done for the American people. All right, so like I said, the Democrats, particularly Chuck Schumer, is claiming victory here, and that they're still going to keep the nuclear option on the table, which is getting rid of the filibuster, just in case McConnell is trying to obstruct too much to President Joe Biden's agenda. So this right here, guys, is, kind of some more hardcore political news, but it's important because it is what's stopping the Senate from moving forward and trying to pass legislation. And that's something that McConnell kind of has been holding up for a little while now, which, it's been strategic because it's also kept the Democrats from doing anything major on the stimulus bills or doing anything, super crazy right off the bat, which kind of looks bad for Joe Biden considering all the promises that he made. So McConnell is trying to play some chess here with the Democrats in the minority leader role. And it just demonstrates to me that no matter what, the Republicans are still going to have a strong voice in terms of not letting the Democrats just get away with their agenda, right? And we already see McConnell being stingy from the outset before they can even get organized and set up the rules for the new Senate. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.